Hi artists, let's go over how to draw a body using the correct proportions. As you can see here, I have already split my paper into 8 sections. I recommend you do the same by folding yours. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. All right, we're gonna go with 8. The average adult person is anywhere between 6 to 8 heads tall. The average is technically more like 7.5, but 8's a lot easier to practice on without having to do the half. So we're gonna work with 8. All right, so each of these sections is the exact height of a head. So if we look at that very first section, in the middle, I'm going to draw a head shape, making sure it fills all the way to the top and down to my fold or my dotted line. So we're going to do kind of oval-ish, give it sort of a chin. Ideally, you want it to be about half as wide as it is tall. That's a good way to draw a head. It's all right if it's not perfect, it could just be an oval. But you're filling up that first fold with a big head, all the way from the top down to that fold. Once you have that, let's start putting in where our different key points are. So I know that at fold 1 is the chin. We have that. At fold 3 is going to be the waist and the elbows. Fold 4 is going to be the wrists and the crotch. Fold 6 will be the knees. All right, so what I'd like to do first is go from the head straight down to fold 4. Because I know this is where that body is going to be. Because at 4 is going to be the crotch, that means it's going to split into the legs then. So I can start with just a main line for the body. All right, let's put in some of our main points first, where your body will bend at. So if I know that the waist is going to be at 3, I'm going to put kind of a flattened out oval right on 3. Give or take, this oval should be about as wide as one of your folds. So it's about a head wide. So it should be a little wider than your actual head because it's like a head turned on its side. This is where our waist is going to be. I also know with the waist will be the elbows. So I'm going to put little circles on either side to show this where the elbows are going to go. Straight down from those, I'm going to put little circles for the wrists. Wrists are going to go there. Now, if we come up, we need to leave space for the neck. So about halfway between 1 and 2, I'm going to draw a horizontal line. This is where the shoulders are going to go. And so I'll draw circles kind of about halfway between 1 and 2 of where those shoulders will be. Notice they're nice and wide. We need space for the actual body itself. Shoulders go pretty wide, give or take. The shoulders are about 2 heads worth. So if I turn the head on its side, I'd be able to fit 1 here and 1 here. So about 2 heads wide. Okay, let's start connecting some of these. So I can connect my arms straight down and my arms straight down. Got it. Now we need a large circle to show the chest. So between the shoulders and the hip or waist, I'm going to put kind of a large circle there. I'm also going to need one for the hips going into the crotch. So below the waist, I'm going to do kind of a medium-sized one right about till 4. It can go a little past 4, that's fine, but about to 4. So that gives us the chest, the waist, and the hips. All right, now we go into the legs. So we know if the knees are going to be at 6, so I'm going to draw in some circles for the knees. I can do lines down from the crotch to the knees. Good. Then lastly, we have our feet down at the bottom. So we're going to have to put in our ankles. Ankles are going to be about halfway down between 7 and 8. So I'm going to put in little circles here for the ankles. Lines down to them. Those are the calves. And then feet, I'm just gonna go just some nice big kind of triangle-y shapes here at the bottom to represent the feet. All that's left here is the hands. Now hands are a lot bigger than you might realize. So if our wrists are right at our crotch or our hips area, our hands are actually pretty darn big. If you look at them, they're going to take up almost a full span here, almost a full head size. So they're gonna end somewhere about in there. So what I like to do for hands is I like to go out from the wrists and close it, and then back in and close it. So shape something like that. I know it seems giant compared to our stick figure body, but if we actually put some muscle and fat on these bodies, this size would actually make a lot more sense. Think about it, a leg would actually be a lot thicker, arms would be a lot thicker. If we put in those lines, the hands would make more sense, but just trust me, hands are really that big compared to everything else. If you stand up, your fingertips are about halfway down your thighs, give or take. And there you have it, guys. There is your basic proportions for the human body. Hopefully you were able to draw it out using those folds as helping guides.